Hey guys, welcome to the Jayco Greyhawk YouTube channel. I'm going to show you how to empty the black holding tank and the gray. Just learning this, so there's some tricks and stuff that I'll probably address in a later video, but I just want you to get the basics of what to do and the order of disconnecting everything. Some people's like, where do you start? You know, I'm all hooked up, I'm about to leave, now what? So I talked to a camper recently, and he said you always have to do this. It's important to remember, always the black first. So if you look at it, it's on the left. So if you just remember reading left to right, that makes sense. And the reason for that is you want the gray water to come through and flush out the black tank. If you empty out the gray water first, there's nothing really to flush the black tank out. So it makes sense when you think about it. So always pull the black first, and then you're going to pull the gray after, and that'll come through. A good idea too is to let the gray water, you can check it on your panel, fill up the night before. And the reason for that is you just have more water to come through it. Okay, so there's some other tricks too, but I'm just going to get the basics of it in this video here. So if you come in here, you're going to come out and you have your black water holding tank. Here's your valve to pull. Gray water holding tank. Here's your valve to pull. It's all going to come through the same hose here. So we have it hooked up, and you just want to check here. This is secure. This campground has a full hookup, so we don't have to go to the dumping station and hook up to the dumping station. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that some other time. But it's nice when the campground, when you have a full hookup, just do it before you leave, because then you don't have people waiting behind you. You don't have to be stressed about it. You can take your time and make sure it gets done right. So that's how I like to do it. So here we go. We're going to start. And everything's secure, ready to go. And you're just going to go ahead and just pull the lever and just leave it. And you can see the reason why this elbow is nice to have is you can see everything come and drain, and you just give that a little bit. Might take about a minute. Now it's getting down to about the end of it now. Just kind of trickling a little bit. So I guess you can leave that open. If anybody knows in the comments, if you don't mind, whether I should close the black valve before opening the gray, let me know, because I'm not sure about that. I've been meaning to ask somebody about that. So I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to open the gray. So our gray tank is about 2/3 full, so there's plenty of water rushing through there, which will hopefully help flush the black tank out better. And I'll definitely in a later video show you how to do the sewer tank flusher. I'm not really sure about that. How to do that, so I'm not going to do that yet, but that's just a way to clean it thoroughly. I'm sure people have videos up about that already, but I want to get one specific to my RV, so I'll be doing that at a later time. So then you just watch that. Let that go. Comes the Explorers. All right. Still going a little bit. I'm gonna let go. So the reason we do the sewer first, and I'm still hooked up to water here, is because one of the little tricks, and I don't know, I'm gonna close this now because it's done. Now I'm still hooked to the water here, okay? So one of the little tricks, and I don't know exactly how you're supposed to do this, but I'm gonna try to get the gist of it, is you don't wanna leave the tanks completely empty, especially the Blackwater tank, is you want to have a little bit of the water in there in order to keep things from piling up in there. So after we've drained both the Blackwater tank and the Greywater tank, now we want to go inside. There's different ways to do this, but what somebody's told me is you want to go in and flush the toilet. Now, so we're hooked up to water now, so I'll be able to get that water. So, makes sense. So I'm just gonna go in. You go in here, it's my toilet, and flush it. So I just flushed it about 5 times. Again, like I said, this is the first time I'm doing that. There's probably a better way to do it. I welcome any comments or any to say like more specifically how the right way to do that is. But that's just a general idea. But now there's a little bit of water in there, so things aren't going to pile up, and it's a little bit, you know, you're keeping the black tank cleaner by doing that. So now we can go out and we can disconnect our water because we don't need the water anymore.
Hey, Daddy.
Hang on, buddy.
You're not learning me.
I know. It's the same old story, right? Figure it out. Okay, so now we got the water hose, and the reason why I do the sewer, then the drinking water, then power at the end, is because we're still up on the jacks here. Also, we have the kids inside, they're using power, this and that. So it just seems like a better way to do it, because at the end you want to pull your slides in, you're going to need power for that. You're going to want to pull the jacks down, you're going to need power for that. So it just flows smoother. Right now, if I wasn't connected to power, I'd be stressed out about the kids being inside the coach and possibly killing our battery. So I don't have to worry about that now because we're still hooked up to power, so I can take my time doing the gray and black flush, then the drinking water disconnect, and then I can go ahead and do the power. So it makes sense. So that's the way I do it. Once I spoke to a camper that was experienced, and he told me that's the way he does it. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So gotta shut the water off first before things come in. Shut it off. Pretty straightforward. Okay. And we're just gonna disconnect it here. So you want to keep the drinking water hose where you pull it out in the beginning, in here, and everything sewage is in a separate compartment that stays on its own. You don't just want to contaminate it, so you, right at the hookup, you can put the water right, the drinking water hose right there. Usually I'm gonna have a towel in here. It rained last night, a thunderstorm came through. I don't have it now, but you can wipe down the hose. But we're just gonna throw it in for today, quick and dirty way. And then you're just gonna go ahead and let's set this down. Unscrew it here. Puppy's on. Okay, it's the opposite. Got a lot of water in the hose. So I'm trying to get that water out. that in here. Hey, bud. I can't help you right now. Let me finish what I'm doing, and then I'll come in and deal with you guys, okay? So that's that. As you can see, a little messy, no big deal. Now, we got the sewer. Connor, can you watch out, please? All right. So now we got the sewer. That's okay, you just ate now. So make sure both of these valves are closed now. And you're gonna disconnect here first. Make sure you have disposable gloves. We'll have a box of them in there. You wanna have some gloves on. I'm doing it without. So I'm gonna wash my hands right after before touching anything else, because it's a sewer line. So we forgot what happened to our box of disposable gloves, so I'm going commando. Let's disconnect. Little twist. Pick it up. Okay, just walk it up. It's gonna get all the extra stuff out of the line there. Okay, and you can just kind of, it's gonna make it easier to carry if you do a little job here. Okay, let that go. And you're gonna twist this off. All right, now put it back. All right, so I messed up a little bit there. Should have gave it a little bit more time. So a little bit of a noob. Whoops. At least it's the gray stuff. Mostly. Alright, then you got, this is all sewer stuff in here. That's all that goes in here. So, the kids get too much on my nerves. Sometimes I have them take like a 5-minute time out in here. Just joking. Right, Connor?
Yeah. What? That's not bad.
Alright. Oh, see, I learned something.
What?
Hang on, bud. Should have kept this connection right here. Keep that on, because you're gonna want to get this piece out. And
What does that smell?
so that, so you can screw it right off with that. So keep that on. There you go. All right. So gotta wash my hands because I'm getting messy. And then you just put that in there. Put your screw cap back on for the next guy. That does it. All right, you can cut it.